Hello, everybody. We are back with another episode and a new season of Elements of the Unknown. I am Jason McGray.
I'm Justin Hume.
We're back, baby.
We're back.
We're back.
Welcome back.
We're at it.
Oh my God.
There's so much going on.
Yeah.
So much. We did a little live not too long ago, and we promised that we had a whole bunch of stuff to talk about.
Yep.
And without labeling this episode on a specific topic, we're gonna go all over the place.
Yeah.
We're gonna feed your minds with lots of food for thought.
Yep.
And we'll do some reviewing, and
Yep.
we'll do some future planning,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll talk about all the happenings of
There's a lot
us.
going on too. Even more like it seems like every day there's more and more that keeps popping up, and more directed at like alien.
Yeah.
There seems to be quite a bit of alien stuff going on.
There is. And did you know that in Congress they're still having closed door meetings about the UFO and the transparency and like transparencies with UFO stuff? Ever since
I didn't know that, but it doesn't surprise me.
Like, you remember the public hearing that they had last year,
Mm-hmm.
where they showed it on TV and they were trying to like get some answers, and they said they were going to keep going on stuff and try to get these divisions in the states to provide more transparency on all their stuff. But they basically have like admittance of, yes, we have uh, extraterrestrial vehicles
Mm-hmm.
of not of this earthly origin.
Stuff has landed. We do have stuff in evidence that we have been looking over and reviewing and whatever the case, but they never get into specifics of what it is that they have.
Right. Because the guy kept saying like, "Oh, I can't talk about that."
They more so just say, yeah, like to the government, alien is defined as stuff that is unknown to planet Earth, I suppose.
Yeah.
You know, whether that be a meteorite that has fallen down of unknown origin, of unknown material that it is made of. They don't get into exact specifics of what it is. So for all we know, maybe a piece of space rock that we don't, or scientists don't know what the material is, or don't know the origin, or where it came from, or how it came to be, or how it even got into the direct path of Earth, so to speak, right?
There's a name for the mineral that they get from space.
Space rock?
It's not called space rock.
Space stuff.
Damn it.
Damn it stuff?
Yeah, damn it. It's gonna. You know what? The fact that the fact that it's eluding me right now. It's like an iron nickel alloy.
Mm-hmm.
They have a name for it.
But it's harder than any normal material that has, let's just say, come into contact with Earth. It's of, once again, unknown origin. They're not sure. But no, that's not the only thing that they have locked up and hidden away. And, there's definitely other stuff that I don't know for a fact, but let's be honest, they came out in the open and said, yes, there's aliens. Yes, there's UFOs. Blah, 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 blah. What are they doing behind the scenes that they're not? Because, so here's the thing. When they came out in the open, I don't know if you remember, because actually I think we spoke about this before, is, yeah, as soon as they came out with, yes, there's aliens do exist, when they released all the documents, I guess, they released something else, and I think that something else was like, I think COVID struck like not too long after. So it's like, yeah, we got aliens, but before you can really have a complete conniption fit about aliens, look, COVID. So it was more like a distraction noodle, like, yeah, we got aliens and stuff, but COVID.
That's the basis behind Project Bluebeam. Bluebeam is we're going to create a distraction in the sky
Hmm.
so that you're not paying attention to what's happening on the ground.
So, a mutual friend of ours actually speaks a lot about Project Bluebeam, and he's so passionate about it that, like, anything that happens, he's constantly saying, "See, Project Bluebeam.
Yep.
See, Project Bluebeam." We know
Yep.
who I'm talking about.
Yep. But when we're gonna dive into ufology a lot more this season because we have a UFO. I don't want to say professional. I want to say enthusiast
Enthusiast, someone experienced in the field.
that has been researching and experiencing UFO stuff for a very long time. We're talking like over 10 years.
Okay, has he told you any of his experiences? Like,
He has, and in fact, one of the experiences will be in my upcoming book that I am writing. That should be out this summer. He has given me one of the experiences. He's going to give me more as well.
little
Uh,
forecast for you folks. Pretty well, each and every single episode leading up to the release will be a promotion that this book is going to be released. And then after it's released, every single episode is going to be us promoting the release of the book. So you can expect 10 to 15 minutes of promotion and 5 minutes of podcast,
so here's
which is
here's the
cool.
thing, I mean, if I'm writing a book, I want to plug it,
Yeah, yeah.
and
No, bro. Like, I'm not saying
and
it
I'm
in a bad
excited,
way.
and I'm
You
excited for
should
it.
be.
But I had a proposal, and I wanted to wait until we're
Yes, I do.
on the air
Okay.
to talk to you about it, to
Okay.
see, to gauge you, and then it'll also put it out to the public so that they're going to be like yes or no too.
Okay.
So in the book, I'm gathering personal experiences of people from all over,
Mm-hmm.
and as well, I am writing a big chunk of this book as well
Of your
with
own
my own
experiences,
experiences and thoughts
explanations, and
and
whatnot.
I'm not so much explaining the stories.
Okay.
I'm gonna do my own section of my own paranormal and my own theories and my own Heinz Strange and
Yeah, like
stuff.
explaining the paranormal to the audience.
Maybe a little bit, yeah,
Okay.
and just a chunk of high strangeness for me,
Okay.
and then have experiences and stuff like that, and then put it out. So what I wanted to propose,
Mm-hmm.
because you're my Elements of the Unknown partner,
Mm-hmm.
and I know that you're writing me a story to go in
Uh-huh.
the book. But what I wanted to do is have you expand that story to be a feature length half of your variant copy of my book. So when you go to buy the book, they will have the same personal experiences from all over. So the collected stories of everybody that submitted stories will be the same in both books. The Jason McGray variant will have my story at the start of the book, and the Justin Hume book version will have your story at the start of the book.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah.
And now that I've put it on the air, people are gonna be like, "Yo, I want that." And now that maybe like because it's like, "Hey, I want both."
Oh sh.
Like
Oh
it's not
sh.
just it's taking that comic book mentality of like not just a variant cover, but you're getting a variant edition. So you know what I mean?
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
yeah.
I like that.
All right.
I like that.
So you got work to do.
Yeah, I do.
So do I though.
I've
So
started it. I have
I
started
know you
it.
have.
I'm like, I think 5 paragraphs in, out of, and literally like the fifth paragraph is just, I haven't even gotten downstairs yet
Yeah.
into the basement.
It's all good. You can write out your story. You can write out other thoughts. Write out stuff. We'll work on the logistics
Mm-hmm.
off the air. But I did have that idea. I thought this is a really cool way. Instead of just having you featured as a story inside my book.
Hey man, it is what it is. It's
I
your
know, I
book, bro.
know. Like I know it's my baby project,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I was like, I wanna flesh to life a project for you as well,
Okay. Yeah.
and give you that opportunity to help you flesh out that project,
Appreciate that.
right?
Appreciate that.
Plus, we
Okay.
have like it's not 100% for sure, but we had those images of beyond the unknown inside the unknown,
Mm-hmm.
that we could kind of use that as play
Yeah, 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 yeah.
with the covers. Anyways, that's some transparency of like
Okay.
us brainstorming right
Okay.
on the air.
Yeah.
So, but
Damn.
that's cool.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah.
Um, but back to the aliens, like lots of stuff going on. The guests we might be having coming on, and then the Congress still having meetings about how they're going to make transparent
So,
all this stuff.
okay, quick sidetrack, but still alien related.
Yeah.
Las Vegas.
Okay, let's go ahead with Las Vegas.
Okay. So, I don't know if you've seen video clippings or read any, not articles, but like people's thoughts and suggestions on it. So, someone had stated that, I guess, whoever, whether it be government officials, policing, whatever the case, I guess policing is government official. They were going around and pretty well telling people to delete any footage that they have of inside the mall and getting rid of anything that was posted online of inside the mall. And people were stating that there was like 8 to 10 foot tall shadows, but they weren't shadows. They were like solid black figures
Wait,
moving around.
Las Vegas? I thought that wasn't that in Florida?
Or maybe it was Florida.
Yeah, I thought it was in
Yeah,
Florida.
maybe. I'm sorry. I have my geography all mixed up. Um, but yeah, so I guess it was like 8 to 10 foot tall, these solid shadow-like figures, but they were solid that would appear, disappear, and they would move fast. But then how they explained the what looked like to be 50 to 100 cop cars and Apache helicopters flying around was a group of teenagers fighting.
Yeah, okay. So
I'm sorry,
I've
you and
heard
I grew up in South Oshawa. We know what a teenage group of teenage fighters look like. I was a part of it.
yeah.
I've never had an Apache helicopter fly above me when I was fighting anyone. I didn't
But we
have
don't live
50
in
to
America.
100. That's true.
So, I've heard both sides of the spectrum. So, I did not watch any of the videos, but I did see and read a lot about what was going on. So, um, all the things you described, stuff going through the mall, aliens in the mall doing their shopping. I don't know, whatever they're doing. Oh, you got to pick up some stuff in the States or something. I don't know.
Well, the States does have the better stuff.
Yep.
Could
So,
you imagine going to the Osher Center and seeing like you wouldn't? That's why we've never seen it because we don't have the good stuff. We have Roots.
yeah, but I mean,
Roots, yeah, come on, Roots is gangster. But we don't have the stuff that the states have. You can't go to Walmart and buy a gun
no,
in Canada.
no.
You can't. I mean, now you can go to Walmart and buy beer, but you can't go to the corner store and buy beer or a gun. When I opened up my bank account, I never got a gun.
So, people are saying they saw extraterrestrials or some kind of phenomena happening in this mall, as you explained. But yes, there was people saying that apparently at this time of year, it was very specific to the date or something, that there is a large group of high school student age people
Mm-hmm.
that go to the mall and they storm the mall like this every year. And I don't know the exact details of what they were doing, but something about them running through a mall once a year. But I did also hear that there was people fighting. But the thing
Okay.
is that there was an entire police force posted up outside the mall.
Entire like
Like the whole force was
yeah.
outside, which is insane.
And somebody actually got footage of this dark figure running outside.
Oh, really?
Huh? I can't find the footage now though.
No, it's probably been scrubbed.
Guaranteed. Whatever. So, and that's the funny thing. What I don't understand, if they're willing to come out in the open and say yes, aliens do exist, then why get rid of any evidence of it that people post out in public? I mean, I think the only ones that more recently that haven't been scrubbed out was the ones of those aliens that crashed into the backyard, and you seen it behind the fence, and you seen the cops walking through, and it was like a quick pause, and they actually show you this alien-like face figure
That
standing in behind the
that's in
fence.
Las Vegas.
That is that what the one I was thinking of?
That's
Right.
in Las Vegas. So here's the thing about that one. The people that filmed the UFO landing and the police officer confirming on site, showing up on site and confirming it's an unidentified flying object and possibly extraterrestrials that he saw. All those people are missing.
What?
Those people are missing. There's been no communication from those people at all since that came out. All that. So the video, no, it has been scrubbed because in today's day and age, it got spread across the internet so much, you can't. It was impossible to scrub. It spread. It went viral. But there's been nothing from the people behind in Las Vegas. It's just
So,
silenced.
speaking of people going missing, we told you guys this episode was gonna go everywhere. But there's this kid.
Did he disappear under the sink?
You remember that episode, dude?
That's so good.
I
I had
think
to do a
what was
throw.
that? Like the third episode or something like
I
that?
love
Third
that
or fourth
episode.
episode? Time
Okay,
traveling episode?
okay, go back to some. Okay,
So there
who's
was
missing?
some kid on the internet, and I guess he found some evidence of the back rooms, what people are calling the back rooms, which is some sort of government portal to like the underworld where they keep all the, high risk files and whatever. And it's pretty well like a dimension within a dimension. I guess. I don't know. I haven't really spent a lot of time looking up what the back rooms are. But this kid, I guess, found evidence of the back rooms actually existing and being true, and kept on spilling out all this information like, okay, the government has this and the government has that, and here's the proof, and blah 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 blah. This kid has gone missing.
So he's not the only kid I've heard about going missing. There's another kid who um, was so smart. He went online and started explaining like reality and dimensions.
I think we're talking about the same kid.
And he went on like this huge rant, and it was almost to the point where it was hard to follow what he was saying. But if you paid attention, you could follow what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
And the way he explains it is so that you understand. But what he was talking about was so incredible, and you could tell this kid was like super intelligent. Yeah, that kid went missing.
Yeah, I think we're talking about the same kid because he was going back and forth between a lot of different stuff. This kid had
Yep.
a lot of information. How he got this information? Maybe he found the back rooms. Maybe he found different dimensions. Maybe he was, like this kid was so smart. He figured out a way to hack reality.
Pretty much.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's wild, man. And what? And that's what kills me, man. Why does the government feel the need to hide this stuff? Is it like mass hysteria, mass religion corruption?
Money.
You think it's money?
It all comes down to money. It's always money.
The elite?
It's always money and power, man. And power comes with money.
Damn, we're getting
It's
into some
it's
conspiracy
not
stuff, man.
it's not profitable for us to go to an advancement in technology and society to the point where we don't need the things that are giving the mega powers money. Could you imagine if we openly have contact with extraterrestrials that want to help us and they give us like what Stephen Greer talks about, like a 0 point energy module,
That
and they talk about like, okay, you no longer need fossil fuels for anything, for your
okay,
car,
I heard something
to
about
for
this.
your car, for your house. You don't need electricity. You have a 0 point energy point that goes into your home and powers everything.
Why did I hear about
And
this?
and could you imagine if those things became a reality, and then you take away the money from like,
From the elite? Yeah.
yeah, you're not paying for fossil fuels, you're not paying for energy, you're not paying for anything.
Let's be
Like,
okay. So
what
hold on a
happens?
second.
And then
The elite, they control what? They control big box America. They control big pharma. They control all the big banks, right?
Yep.
That's what they're in control of. So if you look up what Big Box America is control of,
Listen, man, the U.S. Treasury is run by the Bank of America.
Big
And
Bank America.
Big Bank of America, U.S. Treasury. Did you
Mm-hmm.
know U.S. Treasury? I think I'm sorry if I get misinformation. It's it's not a department of the government. It's the name of a company.
Yes. And did you know that that company
Owns the money in
branch?
the states.
Yes, and it branches out into different company.
Yeah.
So Big Pharma is in control of all these main brand pharmacies, right? And then those main brand pharmacies have also branched off into Ma and Pa pharmacies who aren't owned by Joe and Larry down the street. They're actually owned by Big Pharma.
Right.
I actually found an article that actually shows you it's obviously not one of those like main articles that you could just find on the internet, but it was through digging, and it was actually, I think someone else actually sent it to me. I think my buddy Scott sent it to me. But it shows you what Big Pharma is in control of, what Big Box America, i.e. Walmart, i.e.
There's a big
Target.
chart. There's a big chart.
Yes.
Somebody sent me that last year.
Okay.
Maybe
Right.
I showed it to you.
Maybe
Or
you
maybe
did.
somebody else showed you the same chart that I had a guy show me.
Quite possibly. Because it
It
shows
it's like a
you.
big giant web and it shows how
Yep.
everything's
It's
connected.
almost like it looks like a family tree.
Yeah.
You got the elite at the very head of the table,
Yeah.
which is the government.
Yeah.
Any government officials
Yeah.
is the elite.
It includes like secret societies and all
Exactly.
kinds of stuff.
Exactly.
But to answer that, is circle back around. It's money, and money is the reason why we don't have alien contact.
Right, they don't want that kind of exposure to the truth.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. They want to cover up, and they want to do. I want to do all these cover ups, and oh no, there's not really aliens. It's sort of coming out now and stuff. But for some reason, the people of this planet, the people in power, you see an alien, let's say alien vehicle, and it doesn't travel through linear time and space like we do.
Okay?
Their ships somehow come from an unknown amount of distance. They show up in our atmosphere from who knows where. They show up in our region of space from who knows where, how they got there. They're moving faster than the speed of light.
Yeah,
Okay?
because they have the
But they
technology.
can't be moving faster than the speed of light and then coming to a direct stop right away because we know based off of science that they couldn't survive that. So they're not moving through linear time and space. They're somehow coming from other dimension or
Through the wormhole.
manipulating dimensions or wormholes or whatever the case that we don't understand.
Do you understand
But
how a
hold on,
wormhole works?
hold on. So an alien species that has the capability of doing that, and our reaction is to shoot them out of the sky
Of course. Why not? You want to know why?
because here's the thing: how much has our technology advanced in 100 years? Our technology has advanced so much in 100 years, right? Do you agree?
Yes.
Think about
In
our
100 years,
technology,
yes.
how much our technology has
Yeah.
advanced.
This
Okay,
little piece of
we
technology
carry
in.
computers in our pockets.
Yep.
Okay, so and we didn't have you go 100 years back and show them a cell phone, they don't have a clue what that is. But but
I'm with you.
100 years now, imagine there's an alien species out there that has had 1 million years of time to advance their technology.
Mm-hmm.
How
Okay.
far ahead are they compared to us?
Of course they're going to be further ahead.
Do you want to shoot one of those people?
No, I don't personally, but the government
They
does.
could have the ability to vaporize our planet.
But the government knows that. So why do you think they're going to shoot them down? Because they don't want them to interconnect with us. So that way, once again, it leads back to money.
I know, but what I'm saying is I think it's the stupidest thing
It is the dumbest thing.
to shoot it. It's like throwing a small pebble at a guy with a machine gun. Why the hell would like you're not going to take that guy out? You throw a little pebble at him, he just turns around and shoots you with a gun. Like it's the advancement is like you're just why are we picking
Hmm.
a fight with something we know can beat us
Hmm.
100% no matter
Hmm.
what. And there's lots of like man, it goes back like there's lots of theories how intergalactic space has had a chamber like a commerce of like a galactic senate.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they have like it's like seven species overrule um, intergalactic space
Yeah.
in a,
You
in a
know who
council,
sits in that council, right?
and in that council there used to be the lizard people used to be in that council,
Hmm.
but they started war with somebody, and then it was a whole thing. That council has our best interest in mind. They want us to advance to a point where we can unify as a planet and become a part of that society. We're already a part of that intergalactic senate,
Hmm.
but we have no say or control or anything contributing to that. That intergalactic council is just waiting for our planet to
Hmm.
advance.
You know who sits at the head of that table, right?
No, I don't, and they can't see you making triangles over your eyes.
Shh. Them.
Who's triangle over your eye? The Illuminati?
Shut up.
Why shut up?
So the Illuminati sits at the head of that fucking table. Think about it.
Okay.
The Illuminati.
Yeah.
When you think of Illuminati, what do you think of? Rich, right? Powerful.
Uh, a Dan Brown book.
Yeah. So you said a very key type of people there.
I think the Illuminati.
Lizard people.
Yeah.
The Illuminati and lizard people are said to be two of the same. That the lizard people actually control the Illuminati.
Okay, but I don't believe the Illuminati are at the top of the chain
Okay. Why?
because I think there's stuff above the Illuminati.
Of course there is. But they are sitting at the head of that table.
They're up there.
They're powerful, man.
They're up there.
Just think about it. Think about what they can do.
So who? This is gonna be fun circling around. So who do you know that the lizard people picked a war with?
Uh,
It should be an easy one.
it should be. It's probably right in front of my face, but did
Uh,
they not pick a war with the Greys?
no, I mean they may have, but it's not the one I'm thinking of. So there is a race that came to Earth and created humans.
No way, you're circling. Really? It
The
circles back to that?
to the Anunnaki.
Yes.
Yeah. And the Anunnaki had to go back to Nibiru because they were being attacked and going to war, and it was with the lizard people. And that's why
Interesting.
the Anunnaki said we have to go, and we will be back one day. And then yeah, so that circles around to them. The Anunnaki would sit on that galactic council.
Of course they would.
Yeah, they're huge.
Yeah. What? Literally and physically.
Yeah, well, they created the giants, right? They
Yeah.
created the giants, and then the Nephilim, and yeah,
So on and so
there's a
forth.
whole bunch of stuff on that. Um, Crazy stuff, right? You just get into it, and it's wild. So there's another alien piece of footage that we made mention about.
Spiral aliens, right?
Spiral craft dinner. I would love a bowl of spiral craft dinner. I don't think I could eat
Focus.
it right now.
Focus. Jay, focus.
No, um, the jellyfish,
Jellyfish alien.
jellyfish alien. So, uh, sometime in around 2008, in the summer of 2008, during Afghanistan missions,
Okay.
I believe, in the States, over in Afghanistan, during the desert,
The Desert Storm or whatever you want to
well,
call it.
desert storms back to like 91, but like 2008, like all the desertish, warish type stuff's going on. states are over there looking for Talibans and Saddams and bins and all this
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, sedans and
Anyways, so they're
SUVs and crossovers.
American military is taking a surveillance footage over a town, and they end up seeing what looks like a jellyfish, and it's floating in the air and moving forward, and it's gliding through, and it's taken in a thermal, not like a thermal shot,
Mm-hmm.
and it's you could see it floating through town. And apparently, when it was in regular vision, you couldn't see it, but when you switch it over to thermal, you could just see this jellyfish moving forward through town, and it was like phasing in and out of being visible. It's absolutely incredible. And apparently that video footage was like under lock and key until like recently. It was just released a couple weeks ago.
Interesting.
It's really cool. So if you look up jellyfish UFO online, you can Google it. You will be able to see the videos
Okay,
of the
has
jellyfish over.
anyone been able to debunk it?
Not that I've read. Not saying that it hasn't been, but I haven't seen anything yet to disprove it. And when you see it, you can tell it's very odd looking. Like it's you can see it's going through a town. Like it's behind buildings, but it's not. It's I don't know, man.
So
It's
you know what I love? I love critics. You want to know why? Because they're the first people to go, well, that's not real. This is why. There's a scientific reason why.
maybe.
So, but you got to think. So whenever you get these articles that go up online of people going, "Hey, look at this, seen this. What the heck is that? Is it alien? Is it whatever?" You automatically see mainstream news media going, "Oh, here's this. This is what it is." Nothing to do with aliens. It's oh this it was so I mentioned spiral aliens.
Yeah, spiral crafter. Yeah.
So there was these images that were shot in the sky of this spiral looking cloud or lights in the sky at night.
A tornado.
Can focus, Jay?
I was trying to. I
Focus.
was trying to generate
No,
an image.
okay. It almost looked like almost like a ninja star,
Okay.
but with way more points and like curved over. And I guess it was spiraling in the sky
So the
of
clouds were
lights.
spiraling above
If I can hold on.
in a horizontal pattern above the Earth. It was spiraling around. So if you looked up, you saw a circle spiraling cloud.
Yeah, it almost not cloud. This is what it looks like. If you can explain it a bit better.
Okay, so it looks like if uh, if somebody took a light and then created a motion blur in a circular motion on Photoshop,
Yeah,
and that's what it looks like.
yeah,
But you're looking at it in the horizon in the distance.
right. So people were wondering,
It almost looks like it's maybe a portal or
right?
something. Something's coming through, like the last Airbender's coming or something.
So this is what was it was all over. Uh, Look, it first popped up in 2015, and then it started popping up again, um, April of or actually a year ago, January 28th, 2023.
How did we miss that?
Boom, New York Times. What's that? Mainstream media.
Hold
A
on,
mysterious spiral in Alaska sky had an earthly explanation, and it had to do with a fuel dump from SpaceX.
Interesting.
That's what they chalked it up to. CBC. Mysterious spiral of light spotted in north caused by SpaceX rocket.
But we also know that news media and the news is all controlled by the governments. So the narrative of what media puts out is controlled by the government. So if something was in the sky creating a spiral,
Mm-hmm.
a portal, a spaceship, an alien, whatever, maybe it's SpaceX, I don't know. But if the government wants you to believe something, they'll make sure all the news outlets say the same thing. There's videos out there of where news channels are literally saying the same thing verbatim. Somebody put a there's a I'll have to find it and put it on our page. Does somebody put together a collage? These people are talking about something, and on the news channel, and then they put another news channel beside it, and then beside it, and beside it, and beside it, and they do like the Brady Bunch thing where they keep
Yep.
putting all the squares
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
screen,
yeah, yeah.
and they have all the audio playing at the same time, and every single news channel is saying the exact same thing verbatim.
I seen that.
And if that doesn't prove that somebody's controlling major media, I don't know what does.
Mainstream media, man.
It's all being controlled.
By the
Lizard people?
elite.
Yes, by the elite, correct. By major corporation of America. You know, you know, there's so much stuff. We're going deep. Um, did you know that not even the president of the United States has clearance to have knowledge of the projects working on anything extraterrestrial?
Yeah, you want to know how I know that?
How do
I
you know
watched
that?
Independence Day.
You watched Independence Day. It's fantastic. There is a fantastic episode of a podcast. If anybody wants to do some further researching and diving, there was a podcast scrub from 2013, Joe Rogan, where he
Didn't it
interviewed
just re-release?
Stephen Greer,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody had a copy of it and reposted it on Spotify. So if you search for Stephen Greer, it'll come up in one of the top searches. It was just released like January 6th. It's about 3 hours long. It's Joe
It's a
Rogan.
Joe Rogan podcast. Of
Yeah,
course it is.
and it's him interviewing
Stephen Greer.
Stephen Greer. It's quite interesting because of all the information Stephen Greer puts out. It can be very entertaining. The cool part is with Joe Rogan. He sometimes he'll challenge people on
Yeah.
what they're saying,
Yeah.
and you can see him challenging Stephen Greer on some of the stuff, and Stephen kind of gets tripped up a little bit by the questions that Joe Rogan is asking. So it leaves you to kind of leave your own judgment
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that.
Which I
It's
love.
cool. But if you're willing to put 3 hours in, it's good for some background. I did it while I was at work. But you know what's not 3 hours?
What?
Our show. And that's why we're gonna have to pick up
Of
next week
course.
and talk some more about other stuff like conspiracy and aliens and UFOs and ghosts and
Let's do
Bigfoots
it.
and all the different stuff.
Let's do it. Season 2, baby.
But till then, I mean, I got personal stuff to talk about. We didn't even touch on that. So until then, when we come back, we will talk about all the cool stuff. We're going to sign off. So stay spooky.
Stay weird.